Hello indie game fans, the Steam Autumn or Black Friday sale is currently live and will run till the 1st of December, so do pop by to browse, but here are my picks for 10 indie games under $10. Slime Rancher is one of my favourite chill farming titles where you explore a planet, capturing and taming wild slimes, raising them for money, while you get more upgrades and research to advance further in the game. As seen in this trailer, they have crossed the significant milestone of 3 million copies sold, so a huge congrats to the team, which is actually a mid-sized studio and is getting to be perhaps not so indie. At 70% off, this is a no-brainer if you have not picked this up. As mentioned in yesterday's video, I do love classic JRPGs, and one developer that is doing something very right is the appropriately named Something Classic Games, whose most recent release is Shadows of Adam from 2017. It tells a classic tale of an encroaching darkness upon the land and the heroes who must rise up to stop it, with the twist being that our two main characters are the children of the legendary hero that saved the world, who has since vanished but left a dark secret in his wake. Of course, the pixel art in this is what makes it stand out, which I think looks fantastic and would not be out of place on an SNES. And as an added bonus, I'm waiting for their next title, Quartet, releasing next year as well. This video is brought to you by Red Rope Don't Fall Behind Plus, a pixel art co-op action-adventure game which of course is best with 2 players. It has you exploring a dangerous labyrinth, puzzling your way out while facing enemies, traps and bosses, where the 2 characters are literally bound by a red rope which represents their bond. Interestingly, it is both a strength and a weakness, both being able to be used as a weapon but also limiting your movement, which can be challenging in trap-filled areas and puzzles, which is exactly why it's great. The Plus version was recently ported to modern last-gen consoles, but this is available on Steam during the sale as well. Physics puzzle games are another favourite of mine, and a title which flips things on its head is When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. Instead of building bridges, you are instead building ski lifts, which shares many similar design elements like triangles giving strength, but is another challenge on its own. The snow environment is also perfect for the holidays, and on top of just building stuff, you can also control skiers in somewhat of a platformer, which is neat as well. I just did a video on rhythm games focusing on the mechanical games in the genre, but a pleasant trend that I'm seeing is the rhythm adventure game such as Old School Musical. While it does retain rhythm elements, there is a story and narrative, some variety in the gameplay like Rhythm Heaven, and it does pay tribute to a number of classic games as well. Very underrated and totally worth a play, and is even better at 60% off.
Commencing Autopsy 3. Time, 2104. 27-year-old female infected with unknown pathogen. Blood analysis indicates virus. Provisional name is X12.
Alright, hear me out. While Plague Inc. evolved may be the furthest thing that you want to play in the middle of a literal global pandemic, my hope is that perhaps if people try to engineer a deadly virus, they might just get a better understanding of our current situation.
Deceased had reported coughing and sneezing with a high fever. I'm seeing a nasty rash, some abscesses around the abdominal cavity.
This is a strategy game where you bioengineer the perfect pathogen to destroy the human race, and perhaps we are the virus on the planet and must be wiped out after all.
Match. Reports coming out of China. This is highly concerning. The deceased may still be infectious.
In some cheerful news, this developer is working on a content patch titled The Cure, where you have to combat said virus, so perhaps there's hope for us after all.
I'm halting the offer.
A no-brainer but smaller Metroidvania title is Dandara, which got a free update titled Trials of Fear earlier this year. This added 3 new areas to explore, a new boss, new powers, mechanics, quality of life improvements, and even a secret ending. Very unique control scheme since you cannot run or jump but have to move from surface to surface, and of course this has some gorgeous pixel art as well. It is one of the more unique entries that not enough people have played, and if that is you, I do implore you to check this out. I'm also a sucker for tycoon games, and Megaquarium from 2018 did really appeal to me. I used to keep tropical fish when I was younger, admiring their beauty, while also, I guess, keeping them for luck or feng shui reasons. It's an Asian thing, and I always loved going to aquariums to just stare at the aquatic life, so the ability to build one of your own is pretty great. It did put out a paid DLC which added freshwater fish which have very different requirements, and what impressed me the most is that I believe this is a solo developer, so big props to him. My love for Pyre is well documented, and given that a bunch of you may have just been introduced to Supergiant games through Hades released this year, this game is certainly worth a visit if you have not played it.
The end has just begun. Strands may break along, but twisted make up.
It tells a story of exiles in the wasteland battling in rights to earn their freedom, and is narrative and choice heavy in many ways, resembling a visual novel which I did not expect to be hooked by.
Meet your fellow exiles. Join their quest for freedom.
The main action is Mystic 3v3 Basketball, which is one of the cleverest and most unique experiences out there, being an interesting combination of fast-paced action and strategy.
Face your foes. Gain enlightenment.
This is often the most overlooked title from their catalog, but as long as I have breath, I will be shouting it from the rooftops, so go play this game.
You exiles.
This is not how you stop ruining the game! Can I have a different player? Welcome, player! Let me tell you about the game! Don't mind the footage. This person clearly doesn't know how to play. The main objective of the game is to solve puzzles correctly. Exactly opposite of what this player does.
Narrative, comedic or meta adventure games are a very nice trend that I have observed, and if you enjoyed There Is No Game Wrong Dimension this year, definitely do give Dude Stop a look. This has you solving over 100 puzzles, such as sorting balls of different colors into different bowls, but you can intentionally mess things up to get a reaction. It's funny and well done, so thoroughly recommended.
Just need to play.
One more hidden gem to the list with the monochrome Souls-like Metroidvania title, Unworthy. I always state that monochrome is a very tricky thing to get right, since if done poorly, it just makes a game look very bland and boring, but the art and lighting here is something else. In fact, the silhouettes play tricks on your mind as you fill in the details of the horrible and squishy enemies that you fight. There's a Souls equivalent to be used in leveling and just feels great to play, so it does take the #1 spot. To see more of the big picture, check out these awesome videos and I will see you after the jump.